Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Skyrim Special Edition. My name's Camel, and this video is going to be a walkthrough guide in which we will both acquire and thoroughly inspect the unique bow called the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate. And trust me, the bow is as epic as its name. It's a very special and secret weapon buried with the Dwemer mysteries of Solstheim. And if you are following this guide in the standard Skyrim, you will need the Dragonborn DLC to acquire this weapon. Okay, so to get the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate, we will need 4 of the 5 Kagrumez Resonance Gems. In this video, I'll show us how to get 4 of them. A guide to the 5th can be found in my video guide for the helmet, the Visage of Mazund. If you wish to also acquire the 5th gem, I'll put a link on screen now, or you can find a link in the description of this video. Simply find and click on the guide for the Visage of Mazund. For, once again, a full guide on how to get not only that helmet, but also the 5th Kagrumez Resonance Gem, which we won't need to get because we only need 4 of them. Also, before beginning any of this, I would highly recommend you do this on a higher level character, as there is a lot of tough fights ahead. So now let's get onto the other 4 gems. For the first gem, we will need to come to Solstheim and visit Revus Sarvani, along with his Silt Strider Dusty. He can be found on the map where my character is currently standing, which is northwest of Tel Mithrin. Who else should I tell? Once we get here, we want to speak to Revus, and after he finishes telling us his story, we of course want to click on What Have You Got for Sale? This will open up the trade window. We want to go to his misc items, and down near the bottom we will find the Kagrumez Resonance Gem. It is a little bit pricey, but as we only need 4 of the gems, if you don't want to get this one, you can just get the other 4. But this one is definitely the easiest one to get. Okay, to get the second gem, we will need to be on the quest The Path of Knowledge. This will take you about 1 to 2 hours of gameplay after beginning the Dragonborn DLC's main quests. To begin the Dragonborn DLC main quests, you will need to have had at least begun the quest The Horn of Jurgen Windcaller, which is one of the early quests in the base game of Skyrim's main quests. After you've begun that quest, the next time you head back to a major city or town, you will be attacked by cultists. After looting their bodies, you will read the note and begin the Dragonborn DLC's main quests. It's quite simple, and you've probably started the quests without even knowing. So anyway, continue on with the Dragonborn DLC's main quest line until you get up to this quest, The Path of Knowledge. For this quest, we will need to head with Niloth to the ancient Dwemer archive citadel of Nchardak. On the map, it can be found here where my character is currently standing. As we can see, it's on the southeastern coast of Solstheim. Niloth will open the door with his cube. That's why we needed him and needed to be on this quest. All we need to do is simply continue on with this quest once we enter the Dwemer ruin of Nchardak. The only part you may get stuck at is the Nchardak workshop. Despite having 2 pedestals, we need to make sure we only have 1 cube active. This will allow us to activate this red pedestal on the floor, lowering the staircase and allowing us to continue with the mission. If we have no cubes active or 2 cubes active, you will not be able to lower the staircase. So once you get into this room, make sure only 1 cube is active. A little further into the dungeon, we will enter the Nchardak Aquaduct. This is where we will find the second Kagrumez Resonance Gem. To the left of the aqueduct chamber on an upper level is a slightly hidden room. This contains the gem. To get up here, we will have to do some jumping regardless of the water level. So make your way over there and jump your way on up to the room. Open the door with the cube and defeat the enemy within. Once that's done, on the table at the back of the room is the Kagrumez Resonance Gem. Of course, be sure to pick it up. So now we will have 2 of the 4 required gems. Now all we need to do is gear up for one hell of an arena-style battle and make our way to the Dwemer ruins of Kagrumez. As we can see on the map, Kagrumez is right about in the middle of the island of Solstheim. Once we get down into the ruin, we will find 3 Reavers. Kill them, and on the body of the Reaver leader, we will find the 3rd and 4th Kagrumez Resonance Gems. After looting the 2 of his body, we will have 4 of the required gems. Again, we only need 4 despite there being 5 of them. If we try and go further into the dungeon, we will find this locked door, which holds the pattern in which we need to enter the gems into the pedestal. So in the center of the arena room, we want to enter the gems in the same pattern, middle left and bottom right. This will begin the first of the Kagrumez Trials. It's pretty intense, but it only gets more intense. So once you finish that battle, we want to head further into the dungeon, and again there will be a locked door. On this door will be the next pattern we need to enter the gems in. So middle top, middle bottom, and bottom right. Once we enter those gems in that pattern into the gem exchange, this of course will begin the second of the Kagrumez Trials. This one's a little bit more intense than the last, with more enemies and also some flaming traps that you want to be wary of. Provided you survive that, we want to head up the hallway once again, and we will find the third and final locked door, which of course will tell us the pattern in which we need to enter the resonance gems into the resonance gem exchange pedestal. Top left, bottom left, middle, and bottom right. This will begin the third and final Kagrumez Trial. Half the area fills up with water that is also electrified, so if you go in the water you will take shock damage, and there are more enemies than before. Also ranged enemies, so it is quite a tough fight. But once you survive all 3 of the trials, you deserve a reward. So be sure to head up the hallway all the way, and at the end we will find the treasure room, the reward room. And on this display beam, we will find the Dwarven black bow of fate. Of course, be sure to pick up your reward after such a long and tedious trial. Okay, so now that we have the bow, let's take a look at it. The Dwarven Black Bow of Fate. It has a base damage of 13, which is on par with an elven bow. It has a firing speed of 0.75, meaning that it shoots 0.75 arrows per second. This leaves us with a base DPS of 9.75. It has a weight of 10, which is the same as a normal Dwarven bow. As usual, it has a very strangely specific value of 1446. It requires the Dwarven smithing perk, but needs an ebony ingot to be upgraded. To me, this suggests that despite being of Dwemer make, the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate is actually made from ebony. This is also supported by the colour of the bow. And not only does it require the Dwarven smithing perk to be upgraded, but it also benefits from the Dwarven smithing perk. So improvements on the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate can be doubled. And of course, its enchantment, 50% chance for each attribute to absorb 25 points. I should clarify that it's the 3 separate effects that have a 50% chance of activating each. So 0, 1, 2, or even 3 could all activate within one shot. Now before talking more on the bow's very special enchantment, let's talk about its aesthetics. Firstly, the obvious thing, it is black, and its life matters. Here is the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate compared to a standard Dwarven bow. The colour difference is very apparent, and although being very similar in shape, they are in fact different, with the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate being slightly thinner in all aspects. The Dwarven Black Bow of Fate also lacks the Dwemer-styled pattern on the handle. On the inside of the bow arms, there are actually circular geometric symbols carved into it that slowly pulse and glow with an orange light, as you can hopefully see on screen now. Watch the screen carefully because I'm going to speed up the footage to make the orange pulsing glow more obvious. Hopefully you can spot it. When we bring the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate into some light, we will see it is also detailed with an opal-like purple, blue, and green shine. Combined with the black body and the esoteric pulsating orange symbols, a beautiful and truly unique item is created. It just shows that Bethesda can do it. They do know how to make unique items. But something that makes it even more unique is its enchantment. 50% chance for each attribute to drain 25 points of magic health and /or stamina. This means each individual attribute has a 50% chance to be drained. So you can drain 25 points of health, stamina, and magicka all in one shot. Mathematically speaking, it should also be possible to experience a shot where no attributes are drained, although after using this bow for 2 hours I never once saw this happen. However, I quite frequently experienced all 3 attributes being drained at once, so I think it is safe to say that with each shot at least one will be drained. I can't confirm this, but after playing for 2 hours it definitely looks like that's the case, which is good. Depending on which attributes are drained will determine what colour the magical draining effect is. Red for health, blue for magicka, and green for stamina. Of course, if you drain more than one attribute, the effect will consist of the relative colours to the attributes drained, leading the draining effect to look like Christmas, or an LGBT parade. This enchantment is not only unique, but very powerful, draining your foes of all of their attributes 25 points at a time or more, and then replenishing those points back to you. Even against tougher enemies, if you don't kill them quickly, you'll still leave them completely drained. They'll be more drained than an Australian water reserve. Melee enemies won't be able to block or do power attacks as they'll have no stamina, and casters won't have any magicka left to throw spells at you, and sooner or later, they won't have any health left either. And even once the enemy's defeated, you'll be fresher than the word fresh in a freshly printed dictionary. So although not having an amazingly high base damage, the enchantment definitely makes the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate a contender for the title of the best bow in the game. The only instance where you wouldn't want to use it is for a one-hit sneaking build, as you'll want a bow with the highest base damage possible to get the one-hit kills in. Anything other than that, the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate is definitely an excellent choice. Its fate is up to you. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Camel, and this has been my guide for the unique bow in Skyrim, known as the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate. Definitely one of my favorites. It looks cool, it's fun to get, and it's definitely fun to use with an excellent enchantment. If you did enjoy this video, I think you will be very interested in clicking on the playlist button on screen. This of course will take you directly to my Skyrim Special Edition guides playlist, where you can select the videos that you wish to watch freely. Or you can check in the description, where of course there will be individual links to my individual guides. If you're into long, hard black things, please feel free to follow me on Twitter. The link can also be found in the description, or of course you can use your fingers and type Camelworks and search on Twitter. As always, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here with me as I punish my foes with my long, hard black thing, the Dwarven Black Bow of Fate. And I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there in a second.